Hey everyone, welcome back to the Leah Loves to Knit podcast. Today is June 2nd, 2025, and this is episode 2. I've got a couple of finished objects to start us off with. You might remember these from last week. These are my 3 by the Sea mystery, Wicked Mystery sock set. This was a mystery sock set, Wicked themed, put out by 3 by the Sea, where they sent you 2 50-gram skeins and 2 20-gram minis, and the whole set coordinated together. It was the green here, it was the dark green and the light pink that were the 2 50-gram main colors, and then I have this like tonal pink over here, and there was like a grassy green also that were the 2 20-gram minis. So I decided, I held on to it for a long time because I wasn't quite sure what to do with it. And then I decided to use my Pledge to the Puffs pattern. It has a folded picot edge cuff up to the top, and then you alternate between some stockinette rows and some little puff rows going down the sock. I think it was perfect for using the sock set and still being able to kind of coordinate all the colors together into one project. I have, of course, a lot left over, especially of this pink one. And my plan with these will be to make this pair again. I'm just gonna reverse the colors. So I'm gonna do the green as the puff stripe and the cuff, and then that light pink I'm going to do as the solid stripes going down the sock, and then I will use that tonal green mini that they gave us to replace the pink heel. So I'm pretty excited about that. I knit these to a US women's 7.5 size shoe. So I think it's on the smaller side, so I think that's why I had so much left over, but I should definitely be able to get a second coordinating pair of these, which is pretty exciting. My second finished object to share with you, you might also remember these from last week. I have this little pair of socks here. These are just vanilla socks. I used the Jack's Beach colorway by Muse 2320. This colorway is exclusive to the Knit and Stitch boutique in Cocoa Village, Florida. It is also going to be, well, a skein of it is going to be one of the prizes for the Seaside sock along, which I'll get into later. But I thought it would be fun if I knit up the skein that I bought to just kind of show you guys like the potential of what you could win during the Seaside sock along. So for this sock, I did a 15 round knit 2 purl 2 cuff, and I did about 30 rounds down the leg, a heel flap and gusset, and then for the foot, I used my sock ruler to measure my son's foot. I had him stand on the end, and I marked like down here where his toes came to, and then I knit the sock, I think it was like 1/2 inch larger than his actual foot size, because it's really hot in New Mexico over the summer, and I think he will wear them, but just probably not right away. I'm thinking he'll wait till things kind of cool down a little bit in the fall. So I wanted to make sure that they're still gonna fit when we get to that point in time. So I was able to get this pair of socks out of it, but I still have a good amount left in the skein. So pretty, I really love this one. So I'm gonna knit a second pair as well for my 7-year-old. I think I should have plenty for that. I'm not gonna do it right away because I just knit these, and I have plans to knit like the reverse pair of these, but I don't want to feel like I'm just knitting the same sock and yarn over and over again. So you'll probably see these again later in the summer, but I'm going to take a little break from those because there's so many other things that I wanted to work on, which you'll see over here in my works in progress. My very first work in progress is in this bag here by Beautiful Sister. It is the Ready to Flamingo socks. I shared these with you all last week. I had stopped right here, just above the heel, and did a pop of color at the cuff. I think that's 20 rounds. I like a 20 round cuff on mine, and then 60 on the leg. And I had stopped just at the heel so that I could switch to the little black mini that she gave us with it. It's kind of like a charcoaly gray black. It's really pretty. So I switched to that. These I usually have been knitting on the treadmill. I can do a heel flap on the treadmill, but I just don't like to. It's kind of fiddly. And we were gonna go hiking, and I wanted to take these on the hike that we went on, but it started raining right when we got there, and it was very rocky, so it didn't feel like a good idea to do that. So those are all ready to go for just the next time I go out on the treadmill. My next work in progress, these are the Sabre socks. They're in a bag by Beautiful Sister. I'm gonna get a sock blocker for them because one of them is actually finished. And I want to be able to show off the pattern down the leg. The Sabre socks is a pattern that I tested for Kim of 3 by the Sea. I think it was maybe a month or two ago that I tested this for her. So this is the first sock. And you can see this patterning going down the side of the sock. So this is sock 2. I tested sock 2, and then the other sock was sock 1 because the two of them are going to be like opposites. It's like having a left and a right sock. So I have sock 1 going, and when I'm finished with them, like one stripe will be on this side and one stripe will be on that side, if that makes sense. I had stopped here because it is ready for the heel, and the heel on this one, I'll hold that up for you again. It is an Eye of Partridge, which I really love, but I don't do it often. And the first couple times that I have knit it, I actually thought I was doing something wrong because it seems like within the first couple of rows, you've got to knit a little bit and like trust the process to see that patterning coming out in your knitting. So every now and then, if I'm not focusing on it, I think I'm doing it wrong and I end up tearing it out. So I wanted to be able to focus on those and make sure I'm working on the heel the right way. So for this project, I used this yarn here. This is Coral Reef. This is Coral Reef from 3 by the Sea. And then this kind of bright, like corally orange is called Sea Fan. So I'm going to be working on the heel in this one, and then I'll finish off the foot and the toe in the Coral Reef. So hopefully the next time I show those, that will be a finished object. Should go pretty quick. Like once you get to the foot of a sock, I feel like it just flies. It goes fast. So I have one more work in progress going. This one is not quite as far as the others. I do have one finished sock. However, this is from last summer. Oh, it's a little crooked. Hang on. Okay, I wanted to put this one on a sock blocker too, just so you could kind of get the full effect here. But this is my Shell Yeah pattern. If you were around last summer, this was Nitty Natty's sponsored pattern for Sock Week. It's got a really pretty seashell texture going down the front and some striping. Really love this one. When I worked on the pattern last summer, I made so many samples, like so many different colors of this. And I kind of went from one sock to the next. Like I knit this one up, then I knit a blue and gold version, then I knit another one. And I didn't spend a whole lot of time like finishing the second sock on each one because I was in a hurry to like knit up all the colors of it for photos and samples. So this summer I decided to finish the second sock. So the yarn that I used for this one it was a share pair set from Mandy's Makings. I can't find the tag, but I know the name had something to do with poolside in it. So if anybody recognizes the yarn and remembers the name of it, please let me know. But I have my second pair going. These are the two skeins there. This one is like more of a solid green, and this one's got some fun little speckles in it. And I'm not super far on the second sock. I am in the middle of a heel flap. So I'm going to be working on that one later today to get that finished off. But I will be finishing my show socks this summer so I can have a finished pair. Oh, and I don't think I told you about the bag. This bag, it's really cute. This is from Katie's Randomness. She came out with these a couple weeks ago. I think they might be sold out on her Etsy shop now, but you can always go take a look. She created these for the Seaside sock along. I had mentioned I was looking for some beachy bags for the summer, so she made these, and I just love how like this fabric here she used on the pocket, it reminds me of like kind of ocean waves. Oh, it's just so cute. And the polka dots match the polka dots on the inside. I don't know, I just love her bags. They're always so fun. Okay, so my next work in progress is not a sock this time. I have a Gilmore Girls bag here. This is by Midwest Stitches, and so is the pattern inside. I am working on the Hourglass. It's the Hourglass washcloth, but she also has directions in here to turn it into a pot holder, which is what I am working on right now. There's a couple of strings and my needles are really long, so I'm trying to get that out of your way. So eventually, as I go around, I'm on segment 2 of my pot holder, and it's gonna kind of work itself up into a square. I'm gonna put a picture over here so you've got like a better visual of what's going on, but I'm on segment 2 right now. So as I go around, it's gonna turn itself into the correct shape. I'm pretty excited about it. And she did have you add a stitch marker. Okay, so she has you add a stitch marker to mark the first stitch. I used a little palm tree. This is from 3 by the Sea. It was a gift from Kim. That was so sweet of her. So I used a little palm tree because the yarn is called Mermaid Beach, and it is by Queensland Cotton. It's from their Ocean Mist line, Coastal Cotton. So I thought the palm tree was kind of fitting for like Mermaid Beach washcloth. So I'm going to make 2 of those, and you sew them together to turn them into a pot holder. Danielle is planning to release the pattern for this. I believe it's coming this weekend. Today's June 2nd. It's a Monday. So I think it'll be coming towards the weekend. But if you follow her on Instagram, she is midwest.stitches, and I'm sure she'll give updates about what's going on with her Hourglass pot holder release. And I believe it's a free pattern too, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. And my last work in progress actually doesn't belong to me. This belongs to my daughter. She is 9. She has it here in a little Star Wars bag. I just made this for her a couple summers ago. She's kind of back and forth with knitting, like she wants to and then she doesn't. This is Breaking Princess by Breaking Yarn. McKaylee Breaking Yarn sent over that skein for her when she heard that she was working on socks. So she really likes DK socks right now. This is the Crazy Sock Ladies DK sock pattern, and you can see like the Breaking Princess stripes coming together. A cute little set of cupcake stitch markers, stitch stoppers over here too, to kind of go with her sock. So she is working on the Crazy Sock Ladies DK vanilla sock pattern. She's also ready for a heel, so I'm gonna help her with that heel and work on my Saber Socks heel so we can get those finished up. Okay, that's it for my works in progress right now. Okay, so I had several of you ask me for a yarn stash tour. I'm not really sure like where I would even start with that, but I thought it might be fun if I took out some of the yarn and bags that I'm planning on working with this summer and kind of give you like a glimpse into my future knitting plans. So I'm gonna go ahead and show these to you. So my first bag is by Mountain State Stitches. I think those are oranges on the bag and not peaches. So I'm pretty sure they're oranges. There's one right here that looked like an orange blossom to me. So I'm going with oranges because I wanted to pair it with this skein of citrus slices by Mandy's Makings. It's got a really subtle bit of color up through the orange, and then it's got this variegated mini. So I thought these would be really fun to do the Serene socks. That is a pattern by Kim of 3 by the Sea. I'm gonna pop a picture in over here. She used a variegated color for the heels, cuffs, and toes, and then she has like a solid going down the middle with the textured, like as the main color of the sock. So I thought this would make a really cute Serene sock set. So I'm gonna work on those this summer. Last summer, Stitchin' with Yarn and Katie's Randomness came out with like this coordinating tropical Santa set. I bought them, but I just didn't have time last year to knit them up, so I saved them because I wanted to work on them for some of the Christmas and July make-alongs. This is a really cute bag here. I love the pockets that she puts out on the front, and then the back has all of the fun fabric there. They go together so well. This one is called Santa on Vacation. Sorry about the lighting. It's kind of an overcast day today. I think the sun just went behind some clouds. So I'm gonna do Santa on Vacation and throw it in this Katie's Randomness bag. I think that'll be really cute. Mandy's Makings, Amanda is hosting Christmas in July. It started yesterday. So I figured that would be perfect. And it also works for the Seaside sock along. It's got that really tropical theme. So that's kind of a 2-for-1 with that. Some more summer knitting plans that I have in mind. We're gonna be this bag by Robin's Nest Knits. I also got this last summer. And then I have this Sweet Liberty skein from Moose and Merino. I don't believe she's dying anymore. But I'm gonna link her down below just in case. And I have plans to, once again, knit 2 pairs of socks for the boys out of Sweet Liberty. And I thought this bag would be kind of like big and roomy enough like to keep both sets of socks in there as I'm working on it. So I have I have 2 more to share with you. Mandy's Makings just brought back the Summer Sock Camp 2021 colorway. I have the original from 2021 and I have not knitted up. I also got the coordinating bag way back then, which I have used a couple of times, but I just never caked this up. And she brought it back and I was thinking it is the summer of 2025. So this has been in my stash for 4 years. Like, the time has come. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet, like pattern wise, but it's getting knit this summer. And my very last one, I have another Midwest Stitches bag. It's got some really cute coffees on it, and I thought it paired really well with my skein or my sock set of Woodland Walk. This one is Granite State Yarns. It is a DK sock set because today is June 2nd and Father's Day is June 15th, which doesn't give me a whole lot of time to knit a man-sized pair of socks for my husband for Father's Day. So should cake this up as soon as I'm done editing this, and wish me luck there. We have 2 months left of the Seaside sock long, so I would be surprised if I make it through all of that. Like, surprised but impressed. So we'll see how that goes, but I will keep you all posted. So talking about Seaside Sock Along, it is a sock along, like knit along, that goes from May 1st to July 31st. You can knit any sock, any size, any yarn, any pattern, like knit whatever you want. And when you finish a pair of socks, you'll enter them on the finished objects in the Ravelry threads. So I'll put links to all of that down below in the description. There's a finished object thread and there is a chatter thread that you can go explore. I've also got a thread going of prizes. So that brings me to a couple of new Seaside Sock Along prizes that we've received. This first bag is from Katie's Randomness. Just got the pocket that I love here. It is super cute. It's very beach themed, like sunblock, sunglasses, flip-flops, bathing suits, all of it. And it is lined with the same fabric from the pocket of this one on here. Thought that was really cute. So Katie donated this, and I had a pair of, you see those little crab stitch stoppers that I thought would go perfect with this. So I'm gonna pop those right in there, and that is gonna be one of the prizes for the Seaside Sock Along. Another prize that I received in the mail is this sock set from Granite State Yarns. It is called Celebrate with Joy. She sent this one over as another prize for us to give away. And the final prize that I received, I'm gonna put a picture up here. It actually went to my parents' house. I've been going back and forth between my house and their house this summer, and I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss it in the mail. So here's a photo of the sea glass sock set that Christy from Stitchin' with Yarn sent over. I ordered one to knit up myself, and she sent over an extra as a prize. It is so beautiful. I'm really excited to knit that one up as well. So I'll be giving that away towards the end of July. And I decided with the prizes, a lot of you liked the idea of a grand prize, and then a lot of you liked some kind of like scattered throughout. So what I decided to do is I'm gonna put together some of the bags, like with a coordinating skein of yarn, maybe throw some patterns in with that and do like 2 kind of grand prizes. And then I'm gonna do a couple of the like single sock sets, maybe pair them with a pattern prize as well, and give those out so that there's just more prizes to go around, because I just received a lot more donations than I expected, which is really cool. So thank you guys for that. All right, and then the last thing that I have to share with you all is my YouTube subscriber giveaway. When I started with the first video, I think it was like just over 2 weeks ago, I was thinking like 50 subscribers, that would be really cool. And there are just over 800 of you. It was over 800 when I checked this morning before I started recording, which is crazy. That is mind-blowing. Thank you all for being here and for all of your really kind comments and just like the excitement for the channel. So I have partnered up with Mandy's Makings, and she has offered a $25 giveaway, a $25 gift card for me to give away to her Etsy shop. And I wanted to pair it with this little Notion Snook. If you haven't seen these before, my knitting group calls them our tackle boxes. But it's like a little box, lots of little compartments. Can pop them open, put your knitting supplies in there. There's a magnet up here to keep them closed. I love them. In mine, I have like a little pair of snips, some extra sock needles up here. I have a row counter, darning needles, like anything that you really need would fit in here. And then I saw this little set of stitch markers, or stitch stoppers, excuse me. And I thought they just went really well together with the blue of the Notion Snook. So if you want to enter the giveaway for the Mandy's Makings gift card, the stitch stoppers, and the Notion Snook, leave any comment below, unless it's rude. Any comment below enters you to win. I am gonna say for this giveaway, just US addresses only. But any comment below will enter you, and on the next episode, I will choose one at random. I will let you know on the next video, be about 2 to 3 weeks down the road, and that is the only way that I will announce the winner. So I won't reply to your comments or anything like that saying you've won. It'll just be your username up here on the screen, and I'll have you email me. Okay, so I think that covers everything, and I will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Okay, bye.